You ready, Cameron?
I'm ready, man. Buster's ready.
Buster's ready?
Buster's ready.
Good.
We're at Hollerwood Off-Road Park in Stanton, Kentucky.
And we're at the Great American Crawl.
Hollerwood was a lot of fun. It was really wet and messy. It had rained a couple times and it made for an interesting weekend.
Yep.
So first day we headed to Widowmaker and we had all of the motorboat guys with us. Huge group that day.
So it seems like the past few times we've been here, it's been a little bit slick and wet, and that's kind of typical with the East Coast, I would assume.
Yeah, it reminded me of Windrock a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like, I mean, we did get a lot of rain the day before. On the way up, it was pouring the whole time. But it did give me a lot of Windrock vibes, a lot of Tennessee, like northern US trails. But it was wet and slick, but it was good. We had a good rock garden. You guys will see that on the first video, first trail we did. A lot of traffic there and a lot of breakage, but it was good.
Day one, we hit Big Widowmaker. And Big Widowmaker is a big rock garden through a creek in a way. And your first real good obstacle that you see is the Gatekeeper, which is a 5-6 foot ledge. No matter where you go, it's a 6 foot ledge that you have to climb up.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was slick and there was mud at the bottom and a lot of mud. So no matter what, I don't care what tires you had, what rig you had, what day you went, it's gonna be muddy on the bottom of that ledge, and everyone had trouble getting up it. I think we probably got up the fastest just because of the stickies that we had.
Yeah, that first ledge compared to the Gladiators, we have probably about 10 feet shorter than them. So
that's what it felt like.
we did a little bit better on that just because we didn't have to carry everything with us over the edge. So we got an advantage on that.
Yeah, I think the weight of these rigs helped us out big time this weekend. I mean, I don't know about you on the second day, but on the first day and today, we were just floating over everything. Like at least the two doors, and I think there was Gary, the Texas guy, he was floating over a lot of stuff too. But the JKUs and the Gladiators, they were struggling out here just because of weight.
We had different builds, different wheelbases, different tire sizes, so the lines kept changing by when, the boulders were moving. It was just a different experience for each person getting onto it. wheelbase on that one, I think the less the better. The gladiators were having a heck of a time, just the way that that ledge was hitting their belly. Kept scraping. I know Dan like hit his rear axle real good coming up it. Having the smaller wheelbase, I think I kind of had a little bit of an advantage there. So the last time we did Widowmaker, my Jeep was a little bit different. I didn't have the roll cage, I didn't have the seats and the harnesses. It was hard to feel confident and commit, so I actually pulled cable the last time we were there.
Rear looks good.
Walk all the way to me, Ari. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. Come on. Now cut it that way. And just let it walk itself around. Got it. You're good. You're stable right now.
We had a little incident where I was totally flexed out. The spring popped out, and then we just shoved it back in there and we kept going. But so I might need spring retainers or something to keep it in there, maybe.
Keep going. There it goes.
You need some zip ties on the bottom.
Come on. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Keep it out. You're fine.
Tenor.
This weekend, I kind of got redemption on that, and it felt really good because I felt safe. I felt like connected to my vehicle, and we just gave it a good try. You know, had to reset a few times, but you know, that last one, I just let her have it, and we made it right up.
Bring it up in here. Say it, Nate.
So right after you kind of got everyone through there, you get to Tombstone, which Tombstone is on the right side of the whole course there, and it's just a giant boulder about the size of 3 cars, and it just looks like a big triangle tombstone. I don't know how to explain it. I did it last time I was here, and it's pretty simple in my eyes. You just kind of go up, try and stay high right side, and then the rock helps you turn, and then you just slide right back down. So when I went in there, I just got myself stuck.
Oh, this time?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I recovered myself as quickly as I could so no one would notice.
I seem to have gotten into a predicament.
There we go. Try that out.
What happened?
Hardcore stroke. I don't know, I got caught up back in those trees, back in that rock, getting high centered everywhere today.
Buster, what are you doing?
Tombstone is this cool little, it's like a side chute where you go up and around this big rock and back down, and it's pretty steep. I felt good until we were coming down, and it was like the angle and being that vertical, I guess you could say, it was a bit intimidating, but by the end of it, I felt great. I was like, I'm so glad I tried that. Like, I never would have thought I made that, you know? So that one was a fun one.
Ari's doing Alex lines.
That felt insane. I know. Now I'm like, he's a bad influence. I'll tell you what.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So this section I have done before. It was no big deal, but I took a different line. My front climbed, no problem. We get to my rear, and I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm like, that's a pretty big undercut. And I've learned my lesson before with undercuts and breaking shafts. And I had a feeling, and I was like, I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm gonna try it. And I knew right in that moment, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Like, I can't climb undercuts that are as big as my tire. It's just impossible.
It reminded me a lot of Trail 15, the turtle obstacle.
Yeah.
You know, the one you come up on the right and just scoot over. So I just went up and treated it the same way. Just got up, let the slider catch it, and just pivoted the whole Jeep over.
Oh no!
That's okay.
And then we got to see Stephanie bust her ass.
Oh no!
That's okay.
What just happened?
What?
Sorry.
I put her somewhere where I shouldn't have and broke the rear shaft.
Oh.
Go for it.
I still had, 3-wheel drive, so I was able to make it back to the parking lot.
Yeah, it was like 24 Jeeps, one tough obstacle, and I think that was like rated one of the hardest ones here, like a 5 or something. And no matter what, if you get that many Jeeps in any trail, even if it's like a 3 or 4, like it's bound to happen. You're gonna be there for a while. Someone's gonna mess up. Someone's gonna try to line for like 30 minutes. But it's part of the game. Like sometimes you win some, you get a good day and do 10 trails in one day. Sometimes you just get one and have a good time and watch others try to make it through the obstacle. But
And we're not here to leave anyone behind. So if anyone breaks, anything happens, we stay back and try and get one through the
I think
obstacle.
everyone got out at the same time too. So nobody got left behind. We all got back to the parking lot at a decent time with sunlight still.
Can't steer again.
The body had shifted a little bit on Gridlock and it had pushed the orbital down. So we bent the orbital back. And once we did that, it shoved all the steering back up inside and we repinned everything. But and we did that the second time it popped off on her. We realized there was something else going on there, but. I think your body mount came out.
Way to go, Ari.
Wait a minute. Who was spotting?
It was all Ari's fault.
Huh?
It was all Ari's fault.
I am
Bruce comes out.
pretty sure I have you on camera admitting.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I put her somewhere where I shouldn't have and broke the rear shaft. Bobby from Motobuilt ended up going to Lexington to an AutoZone there and picked up a shaft for us. Brought the shaft back. Everyone got nice and fed, which was the perfect time to start fixing things. And nothing broke inside of the carrier, so we were able to use the Scotch magnets, put them all on a stick, ended up putting the Scotch magnet into the tube and pulled the entire shaft out, cleaned everything out of there.
When we took the shaft out and looked at the damage on it, I was pretty impressed. Like, it was about midway, it had snapped and there was like shards of metal all laying in there, but majority of it was like large pieces, which is good. So we were able to get most of it cleaned out.
It's yeah, the whole thing is twisted. Can you see that?
Yeah.
A lot of those shafts, you need to press in bearings for it. We don't have a press.
Oh, it came without bearings?
Oh, no, it's still the 4-bolt flange that you have to press the bearings in
But
for.
you guys got it without the bearings?
No, it came with all the bearings.
Oh, I mean.
It came with all the bearings, but we had to reuse the 4-bolt flange that was on the other axle. And slapped it back in there, used a 5-pound sledge, and beat the ever-living crap out of the shaft to put those bearings on using our trailer to the point to where we mushroomed the center of the shaft.
Wow.
So then we had to like nice and smooth it out, make it look pretty, toss the rotor on there and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all you can do.
Exactly.
We use steel stick yet?
Steel stick?
Yeah, it's good. It's like JB weld, but it's like putty.
Is it already mixed together where
You mix it together, yeah.
The black and the gray.
Well,
Yeah.
JB Weld has a too, where it's separately. Just like you remember that movie with Die Hard, where they had the bombs in the schools and they had the gels that mixed. You remember that Die Hard? Yeah.
Somehow it's supposed to be better.
Success.
Cool.
Yeah, you're moving top.